right, this is Ron Epsch. We're at the Glass City Apple Baseball Tournament. It's just 9 o'clock, but the beauty of having these tournaments and the same people coming is they just know to, when their opponent's here, they sit down and start playing, and that's awesome. So you can see I got 30 managers this year, and it is already a beehive of talk and activity. It's going to be a great day. Hey everyone, it's the Glass City again. It's 10:30, so we've been playing about an hour and a half, and most guys I think everyone's finished 3, and they're either in their 4th or 5th game, so things are moving along really nicely here. There's so many great people here. There's the great John Duke, Chris Smith, Lynn Pratt, David Dawn, a good local friend. You got so many people here that are icons in the APBA industry. You got Dan Prison and Phil Bento. Dan's from Toronto and runs a tournament. The great Rob Spatz here. There you go, baby. And Madden here is a nephew to Darren Schultz. Always great to have them. And they run a fantastic tournament. Over here with his head back to me, I'm coming around to Tom Martin. He's a local guy from Genoa, Ohio. Norm Zavella is half of the duo that helped me run the tournament. His son Zach, we'll see him in a minute. So you got Bob Brennan sitting there. Across the way, Scott Skelly's a local guy. Behind him is Clay Bowserman from the Columbus area, just fantastic. Butch Newton with a Pittsburgh hat on, and then Steve Field just joined us, a first-timer this year. Moving on over, you got Mark Gilbert, who is close friends with Dan Pierce, who couldn't make it, and Clay Bowserman. They're from the Columbus area. You got Bob Weiniger here, who runs the South Bend tournament. Then you got John Haas there in the blue hat, and Steve Smith is the father of the famous Smith brothers, Jeremy and Chris. The guy pondering over there, thinking about the world views, is Scott Dyke, a great friend from Indiana. And on behind him is, of course, Darren Schultz. Everybody should recognize him. He's playing Angelo Brazan, who's the brother of Dan. That's a first-time tournament for him, but you can tell he's an experienced APBA player. And here in the last division, or the 6-team division, of course, everybody knows John Wilson, or should. And Jack Beckman finally made it back to my tournament. That didn't conflict with a date that he had on a schedule that couldn't make it, so I'm really glad he's back. The next 2 guys, of course, Zach Zavella on the left and Mike Hernandez. Mike's a former tournament winner. There's several people here, former tournament winners. I mean, this is fantastic. It's just, the community is fantastic, and seeing these people over and over. Ed Trozanowski right here won my tournament. There's Dave Chestnut. Him and Scott Dyke come over from Indiana. This is a fantastic set of people here. And over here by himself on a table, Dave Ross, who lives right here in Maumee, Ohio, which is where the Elks Club is located. So, I mean, this community and these set of guys here that support this tournament, I'm very thankful for. And it's just a heck of a day. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. It's been too long since I provided an update. You can see that things have really slowed down here. We are at the end of divisional play. I think we have a couple games finishing up, and we needed to wait on a couple to get the final seeding for the 8 playoff teams. It is 2:45, and I can show you a picture of what it's looking like here.
Tough draw against the Braves.
And there's the final stats for the most part. That was quick. You can always stop and look at it. But we'll be heading into the playoffs here within the next 10 minutes. Okay, all the first round games are done. Up here, this game, Angelo Dodgers hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to win that game. And then in the bottom game down here, Chris Smith hit a 3-run homer to win that game against Ed Schrodenowski. So we've already had a lot of drama in the quarterfinals. And now semis going on, which are right here. Angelo and Clay. And over here, you have Mike Hernandez and Chris Smith. Okay, we just had 2 very exciting, suspenseful semifinal games. You can see the scores here, 3-0, and the 1-0. Man, people were holding their breath on that one. And really, even with a 3-0, but all these guys are great players. And now we go to the best of 3. Clay Bowserman and his 19 Dodgers versus Chris Smith and the 77 Royals. It should be a good one. Okay, I told you we are in the first game of the best of 3. Chris Smith is rolling the dice right there. And Clay Bowserman, who's our defending champion, making the finals for the 2nd year in a row. I showed you what teams are playing in the previous video, and we're probably halfway through this first game of the best of 3. So Clay Bowserman and his Dodgers won the first game 5-3. We are at the start of the second of the best of 3. And for those who don't know, Clay won the tournament last year, so as defending champion, he would become the first 2 in a row winner of the Glass City Open.
Nicely done. Wow, congrats.
Clay has just won the Glass City Open again. Walk-off 2-run home run. How about that? Wow.
What you can do is 66 though.